Cheers.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Introduce yourselves.
Sure. So my name is Carissa Dole, and I'm currently a junior here at Cal State Fullerton in the Business Honors Program. I'm currently the president for public relations, so that means I oversee three marketing teams. So that would be our website marketing, media marketing, and our outreach team. And our outreach team actually just got done with the Before I Die wall that you see behind here. So it's a campus-wide event that everyone can put down all of their hopes and dreams and their goals.
My name is Audrey Chow. I am currently a senior. I am concentrating in marketing, and I am the president of engagement. So that means that I oversee the three engagement sub-teams, which would be internal engagement, special events, and community service.
Very cool. All right, now let's get into the juicy stuff, the BH stories. What were your first impressions of each other?
Oh, okay. I can start on this. Yeah, I can start on this. So I met Carissa for the first time when she was a freshman, and it was after kickoff. We all went to go get boba, and I just remember her being like essentially the only freshman there. I was like, oh, I'm so glad, because we always encourage freshmen to go with us to get boba after kickoff, and she was one of the only ones there. And I just remember looking at her, I was like, she is so pretty. And I was scared to talk to her because I have a fear of like really attractive people, and she was so pretty, and I was like, oh, okay. But she was really nice, and afterwards we like became closer once the semester started, and we like went out to get lunch once, and I don't know, from there it's just easy going. Aww, I love you too.
My first impression, so just like Audrey said, we had first met at Share Tea right after kickoff, and she immediately was like a mom to me. She basically took me under her wing. As she said, like, I was the only freshman, so I was like really nervous that I wouldn't even be able to make any friends, and she saw me, she was like, come here, like, meet all these people. So she put me into her group, and then everyone was super nice and welcoming. So honestly, my first impression for her was just someone that was able to support me and just be my friend.
What challenges have you overcome in college and in business honors?
For me, it's definitely coming into college for the first time. I was scared I wouldn't have like a place to go to or friends. I was afraid because I commuted that it would just be like that life where I come to class, I go home, repeat cycle. But with BH, it really like helped to have like a good solid group of people to always come almost like home to, that kind of thing. And that's something I'm really glad about, and I'm glad I got over it too.
I think for me, it was more of almost my shyness. So a lot of people who meet me now would definitely not expect me to be someone who's more introverted or shy, but growing up, especially as a kid, I was that shy girl in the corner. You would just like, everyone's like playing around and everything, and like I'd be in the corner and just stare and watch everyone because I was too afraid to like interact or even talk to people. But because of all the things I've been involved in, it helped me to learn how to be a little bit more comfortable, get out of my shell, right? And so when I entered college, I knew that this was my opportunity to really get out of my shell, branch out, and make the community that I really wanted to. And BH honestly allowed me to do that with all the people who are in the program. Everyone has just been so nice, so welcoming, and willing to make friends and willing to make a difference and be ambitious. And I think that encouraged me to be more open about who I am and be more open to make friends.
Wow. Well, you obviously both have a very big love and appreciation for BH. So what opportunities have you received from BH, and how did you get them?
So my journey in BH has been honestly all over the place. So when I first came into BH, I thought I was going to do econ as my concentration. Quickly realized that I did not want to do that. A lot of people in BH are actually accounting and finance majors, so I quickly became friends with a lot of them. They kind of took me under their wing, showed me the ropes, how to recruit, how to network, and that was kind of the beginnings of how I learned how to be a good business professional, because my family doesn't come from a traditional business background. Most of them are in like the sciences profession, and so a lot of what I had to learn was through the program. And so it gave me a lot of the opportunities and things I needed to do to actually have the internships I have. So this coming January, I'll be interning with Moss Adams for strategy consulting, and then this coming summer, I'll be doing another internship with EY for risk consulting. So trying to follow and experience that path of consulting and seeing if that's for me.
For me, it's definitely the people. You will meet a lot of people in the Business Honors Program, future CEOs, like really talented people. You know that they're going to go somewhere big in life. And that's the beauty of it. Like, you can meet them to be your friends, you can meet them to be like networking, and everyone's so friendly too. Like, the best place to go is definitely the BH room, which we're in right now. You'll meet everybody in here, and it's always the one thing that I tell people to do, like, come to the BH room, talk to people. It's an experience you'll never forget, and you won't regret meeting these people too.
You guys seem to really love BH, and we love you back. So tell us, why did you want to be the president of BH?
I think for me, it was really just my genuine love for the program. Like, from the deepest part of my heart, I really, truly love the program, not only just because of the people that are in it, but just because of what it has given me. Honestly, it's just given me a community right off the bat in college, just being able to be supported by people, supported by friends and peers and people who continue to drive me to be better, to do better, to achieve my very best. Right, and so that influenced me to want to make sure that this program will continue to stay alive and will continue to keep growing in the most positive direction as possible. So that's why I wanted to become a president.
Yeah, and it's the same here for me. I genuinely love the program. From the minute I stepped foot in the BH room, I knew that this was a place that I would love and I wanted to help grow as much as it helped me grow. And I met a lot of supportive people, a lot of people who inspired me. And I want it to be that same way to someone else. Like, when I see freshmen come in, I hope that I could help them in some way, and in some way that they could find inspiration through me. And that's why I wanted to be president. I wanted to guide people. I wanted to help this program and the people in it become the best version of itself.
Dang, you guys are so accomplished. As a freshman, did you see yourself in the position that you are today?
Honestly, yes and no. Yeah, I mean, it's the same for both of us, because I did watch the presidents before me, and I was severely impressed, and I always wondered, like, that if that could be me one day, and if I could sit in their seat and do the things that they were doing and accomplish as much as they did. And it's something that I definitely wanted, but I wasn't 100% sure that I was going to get. And, like, even last year, I was the executive director of internal engagement at the time, and from there I knew for sure that I wanted it. I was so driven, and I wanted to make sure that this position was mine. But would I say I was 100% sure? I wasn't. But I knew that, like, my passions would show through, and that's how I am here today.
Yeah, honestly, it's very much the same for me. I knew I wanted to be a president since I was a freshman. My big in business honors actually was the president at the time when I was a freshman. But I didn't really know exactly how I was going to get there, and the path that I took was a lot different. I am in operations and supply chain concentration, which is not related to marketing whatsoever. However, last year I was the executive director for offline marketing, which is actually now outreach. And through that, I gained a lot of experience and skills in learning, okay, how do we effectively market our program? How do we put out an image for others, not only within the college, within the program, but also across the state and the nation? Like, what do they perceive us as? And it's actually been a very interesting and eye-opening journey for me that honestly led me to where I am now as a president.
Notice you said that the previous president was your big. Can you elaborate on that? What is a big?
Sure. So our program actually has a big and little program, and so it's actually meant to foster a relationship between our upperclassmen and our lowerclassmen. So it's kind of a way for us to have our students be mentored by those who either have gained experience within their concentration or industry, willing to give advice, help the freshmen and sophomore to kind of find the path that they want to take.
Yeah, I mean, my big, even though we're not the same concentration, we help each other in different ways. So it's really meant to give the freshmen or any underclassmen a chance to find someone to support them and give them any help that's possible. Obviously, through concentration is great too. But for me, definitely me and my big, Craig Collins, he definitely has helped me find my path. He's helped me with my resume. He's done a lot for me too. So, like, the Big and Little program is something that we're proud to keep going.
You guys have been a big inspiration to the Business Honors Program as a whole. Speaking of inspiration and advice, what advice would you give future freshmen or future BH people?
One of my big ones is definitely use the BH room. Like, I'm not saying the printer or the coffee or the lockers. I'm talking about coming in here and like making bonds and talking to like all the people in here, because first of all, you're meeting people who are probably going to be future like CEOs. I'm not even kidding you. I mean, look at Carissa. Like, I'm pretty sure one day she's going to get real big, and I'm going to be like, you see her? I worked with her one day, or before, I mean. And in general, like, you'll meet awesome people who will inspire you and support you, and that's one of the biggest things that I want freshmen to do. Like, I always tell the freshmen, like, hey, I didn't see you in the BH room. Like, you should come.
Yeah.
Like, you should really come inside and meet everybody.
I think I would say don't be afraid to get involved. Get involved very early. Literally right off the bat your freshman year, just start exploring your passions, figuring out if you're interested in marketing, accounting, finance, operations, human resources. There's a bunch of clubs that are on campus that can help you figure that out. Just get involved in all of them, because when you start early, you allow yourself the time and space to explore those passions, figure out which one works for you, figure out which ones don't, because it's just as valuable to know what you don't like versus what you do like. And that honestly helped me when I was a freshman. That was something that I quickly realized, like, I need to get involved fast and I need to get involved now, because I want to make sure that I'm exploring everything that I'm interested in. And not only that, just not being afraid to talk to everyone. As a freshman, I talked to the seniors, the juniors, and the sophomores and freshmen, because I knew that every single person had something to share, some sort of advice, share their story, figure out and know, like, hey, like, you did this class, you explored this concentration, like, what was it like for you? What do you think, like, would help me, right? And so that honestly helped me so much.
Well, thank you for your stories. Thank you for your time. Let's do this again sometime.
Yeah, let's do it.